These talks often begin with speakers stressing that we meet at a unique moment, that we are a rare point in a history. But today, when we look around, we can't help but feel that, in fact, we have been here a while. We are gathered here today in Hyderabad, where there is a fierce debate about the city's history. The BJP has declared today to be the Telangana Liberation Day. But as most of you know, political parties take different positions. Sometimes even the same party has taken two or more mutually contradictory stands simultaneously or changed it over the years. The bone of contention is whether it should be named merger, liberation, betrayal, or national integration. This debate, with one side of the spectrum creating a new sense of India and the other vehemently opposed to it, will continue, and we believe it should. Hyderabad, for the benefit of those who are not aware, is where the Southwest is headquartered. Geographically, the city lies nearly in the middle of the country, sitting as it were at the crossroads of culture. This is how we too see ourselves, as journalists on a good perch to bear witness to the sharp ongoing socio-cultural transformation around us. I would like to explain on this occasion why we have launched Southwest. Southwest, as the name suggests, will aim to provide accurate and non-partisan news from the southern states, and more importantly, create a platform for informed analysis of politics and policy in the region. At no point, no aspect of our lives is unaffected by politics, though most of us often don't realize it. Be it economy, social welfare, public health, or for that matter, even cinema. Hence, our focus on politics and policy. It's my belief that there is a distinct need for a media platform that comes with a southern perspective, as opposed to the Delhi-centric one offered by most so-called national media. But trust me, this does not come out of a parochial outlook, as some people cautioned me when I mentioned the name Southwest a few months ago. It's far from it. We hope to examine news and views not only from a southern point of view, but also look at how South builds relations with the center as well as other states. In many ways, the South offers an alternative and diversity of views that would be beneficial to the entire country. Let us not forget that South's power comes from its pluralism. Unfortunately, today, some stories simply don't get told because of what we call self-censorship. As someone who edited the New Indian Express for 12 years as the editor for Andhra Pradesh and then close to 7 years as the national editor, I can tell you that self-censorship, in my view, is the biggest threat to media today. This happens for commercial as well as political reasons. But what it does is to rob people of news that they have a right to know. Journalism faces several other challenges too. It faces tough business challenges in the era of Google and Facebook, and intrinsic journalistic challenges, as in reporting honestly, fearlessly, and independently. Broadly, you could say when we go to the ground, we look at things from an unbiased perspective. It is this principle that has guided my work as a reporter, something that I did for almost 2 decades, especially in politics when I have differed. For example, in 2019, I sensed a groundswell of support for the YSR Congress, but that was at variance with various sections of media. Luckily, when the results were announced, I was vindicated. Much before that, at the height of Telangana movement, I was presented with a similar situation. for the benefit of those who came from other parts of the country, and Mr. Asad has just joined. Thank you. He was as much a witness to what happened in Telangana as I was. Large sections of media were just unwilling to take notice of what was happening on the ground. And some from my fraternity accused me of converting New Indian Express, the newspaper that I edited at that time, into Telangana Express. What finally happened is history. The point I would like to make is that journalists should be better trained to evaluate things fairly and independently and not allow themselves to be needlessly swayed. At South First, we expect to set new standards for reporting. We may not be able to eliminate some conscious biases, but we will certainly be aware of them. Again, we believe that journalism at its most basic is about honesty. It's not programmatic or dogmatic. That's why today we launched the South First with incredible guests from around the country at the very first edition of Dakshin Dialogues, knowing that there are many critical questions to ask and with the promise to do so with integrity. The other thing I would like to talk before we get going with the first panel is about Dakshin Dialogues. Today's event, as I have explained, is its first edition. We have envisioned Dakshin Dialogues as a platform for dialogue, debate, and yes, dissent. Without any of these three, democracy would die. Or as the Washington Post poignantly put it, democracy dies in darkness. Dakshin Dialogues will welcome varied and multiple points of view and offer equal opportunity to the full range of ideological spectrum. What we need now, more than ever in the past, is dialogue. And it's our earnest aim to engage with and bring together diverse voices. It is likely that many would have viewed the lineup of speakers at this conclave and wondered why it appears to come from one side of the ideological spectrum. I can assure you that it was not by design at all. And perhaps it's a commentary on the current state of affairs. In fact, we were very keen to bring in leaders from the other parts of the spectrum and invited almost half a dozen of them. However, despite our best efforts, we could not attract them to this event. But I hope that we will be able to win their attention for subsequent events. Meanwhile, we are grateful that the Honorable Governor of Telangana, Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan, has agreed to be the chief guest and formally launched the website towards the closing session in the evening. And she will also address all of us. Like most of you, I am also looking forward to a very insightful discussion during the course of the day. I now request Anusha to commence proceedings. Thank you very much.